Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to take a look at how you can step up your web conferencing if you're one person or a group of people with a simple device. We're talking about the CoolPo AI Huddle. Now this is the Huddle Mini. We've taken a look at their technology before. We've looked at their 360 conference cameras, and today we're going to take a look at this webcam that really highlights or focuses on like a directional span, a wide angle view for any conference setting. Let's go and check it out. Now the CoolPo AI Huddle Mini has a resolution of 3840 by 2160. It also features a 110 degree wide angle lens that is really going to cover a wide area. So this is really designed nicely for those, like if you have a conference table or you have a table in your home that's lengthwise, that's very long, and you want to have people sitting on every side of it. It's really about width and also depth. It's self-calibrating, and it also has gesture recognition, which means that it's going to identify people who are moving and then focus on those individuals. And the cool thing about it is that even though it's one camera, the way it displays all its content, it makes it look like there's multiple cameras because it frames each person individually. Not only that, with that framing technology that we're talking about, it also has the ability to follow someone. So you're able to zoom into an individual, that person can walk around and it's going to follow them as well. It also has 6 mics, and these mics are going to give you great, I would say, conference quality. It has audio beamforming mics that are going to really do a nice job of eliminating any kind of noise, background noise reduction, and also echo cancellation. And in my home, you're going to see it in a home setting where I have vaulted ceilings, so there should be a lot of echo, and you'll be able to hear how well this sounds. So let's get right to it. Now in the box, you're going to have this very long webcam, and it has this long size because of the sensors and then also because of the mics that it has going on, and you can see some of the magic that's happening there. This is something that you can mount on a tripod, or you can mount it on a laptop screen or a screen like a monitor. I've used it in both settings. I've used this as an individual using it as a webcam, and surprisingly, even though it's designed to be able to capture a lot, it's actually done a real nice job and adjusted the zoom with a one-on-one type situation. Now, one of the things that you will notice is that on the back here, you have a couple things going on. So the first thing you have is the ability to switch modes. So this is if you don't have any kind of software installed, you can actually change the modes. And this is something that you could do also in the software as well, so that you can go through all the different settings, which you'll see in a second. You have your headphone jack, so if you want to use, again, headphones in this case. And then you have this long included HDMI cable that I'm just going to, as I'm zooming this in, I just want to highlight something about it because you're going to see something right here in a second. So really, really long, right? So that you can actually have this to the side on a tripod and then this connected to a laptop. But it has 2 USB-A ports, right? So this is to deliver power and then also to deliver video. So these two get connected to your laptop. So you want to make sure that you have 2 ports available, or you get a hub. Now the CoolPo AI Mini is really designed to work in a larger setting. You have at least several people in a long, like conference room, or like what we're testing it right here. So you could literally have 3 people on each side, and it's going to have this wide view. Now, as you can see on the screen, we're actually testing out a couple different modes here. One of the modes that we have is the target mode. And the cool thing about the target mode is that the target mode really allows the camera to focus on the person that it has targeted. The way you've been able to target is with a hand gesture, which I'm going to show you in a second. Now, there's another mode that I just want to show you before we go into the target mode, and this is the division mode. And by the way, all the audio that's being captured for this recording is coming through the CoolPo 6 mics. So we're going to go ahead and go into the next one. Now, here's a really cool feature, right? So this is, it's called the division. This is the division master mode. And the cool thing about the division master mode is you notice that you can still see all of us in view, but then you have a separate picture for each person. I thought that's pretty cool. What do you think, Nola, about that?
It's really cool too.
And we actually have 2 people in yours because you have
Miko.
Miko.
Hello, Miko. Hey, everybody.
It's like, and then we have also Nathan here, and you can see that we're on frame, and then you have the center. Now, there's one other one that we can look at, and that's the wide angle, and right, so that's going to give us the widest angle here. So let's go back to the target mode. Now, the cool thing about the target mode is that you can have it follow a person or have whoever is going to be the main speaker. Now, you can use this, like for example, if you're going to a whiteboard or if you're going to be speaking from a presentation screen, so that the camera actually focuses on you. And the way, again, that you initiate that is by a hand gesture. I'm going to be bringing up my hand in a second to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Nathan to do it first. So Nathan's going to look at the camera, and he's going to basically bring up his hand to turn on the gesture. And you just saw that basically now he is the target master. And you can see that he's pretty happy about it too. So why don't you walk around so we can show how it's going to follow him. All right? So you can see how the camera is now following him as he's walking around. And it's trying to do its best in keeping him in focus. Why do you look so happy?
The greatest of things having his camera follow me now.
So
like a little stalker.
It's like a little stalker. So it's followed him. Now, if I want to be able to, first of all, for him to release control, he can actually do the same gesture, or you could try to take over control. Let's see. Does it have me now? It looks like it picked me up because it saw my hand. Right. So if I want to release the control, I can just bring up my hand like this, and I release control. And I think, Nola, you took over control. Can you move around and see if it follows you, or is it following me?
Was it following?
Oh, it's following you.
Oh, I don't know what I did.
I think you know. See, you basically had to have people in a meeting that are going to want to play fair, because anyone can take over control with the gesture. So this is one of the cool features of the actual AI combined with this camera. Now I have the camera mounted on a tripod. And again, this could be in a conference room, it could be on top of a monitor, it could be on top of your laptop. You could even use this as a webcam if you choose. The other thing I'll show you here in the app while we're here all together is that you do have several adjustment modes. You can actually adjust, you can see the brightness, you can adjust the contrast, there's HDR. There's just a lot of different options. And you can see, this room is relatively lit. It has some good light, and you can see how clear we're coming. So if you're interested in a camera like this for a large setting where you want to have a lot of people on camera, this is something that you can consider. If you'd like to have one that's an individual webcam, I've actually used that camera sitting on my Mac here, and I've had a great webcam experience as well because of how the lens basically adjusts for where you are and also who's in frame. Now, before wrapping up our review, I just wanted to highlight, as you noticed throughout the recording, there was a couple times where there was kind of like a robotic sound that came from the recordings that was being captured. I expect that this is going to be solved with the firmware upgrade. It happened occasionally. It doesn't happen every single time, but I've been able to reproduce this at least on 3 occasions. So we hope to look at some improvements that are going to address this. All in all, I thought it was a great experience.